Is it too late for Markelle Fultz, the #1 pick who has the bust label attached to him right now? The guy with the hitch in the shot, with all the issues in Philly. Is it too late for him to still have a great career? For him to turn it around, find out how to play the right way? We draw from our experiences personally. One guy was around for a long time in Washington, D.C., John Wall. Three things I really emphasized to him were the three P's. I called it pace, pressure, playmaking. Pace, getting the ball up the court, getting your offense in, getting your team into offense quickly. Pressure, great ball pressure, being in a good stance, making opposing point guards really have to work. Playmaking, his amazing ability to see the floor, see almost every pass, find everything, cross court, cross corner, pace, pressure, playmaking. That's a good thing that Markelle Fultz can really hone in on. And of course, none of that requires having a jump shot, which John has been inconsistent with a lot of his career and never really had a great one. Markelle Fultz needs to remember that even though he can make shots like these and looks like he can hit, from about 5-10 feet, is shooting the ball decently in preseason. I like to see kind of these little spinning step backs. He needs to remember getting to his spot. It's not about the efficiency right now. It's not about finding the three-point line. For him, if he can get these quality looks where he gets to the basket, spins, creates space with a step back, and elevates, gets this good look from about 10 feet. If he can hit that shot, that's great. That's icing on the cake. Okay, if he can hit a couple of these little pull-ups out of drop coverage when the big's all the way back and just daring him to take this shot, he's golden. All right, this is just an added bonus right here, playing out of pistol action. If he can hit that pull-up once in a while to keep the defense honest, make them step up, that's great. But you know what? Aside from that, there's a lot of different ways he can still impact the ball. He's got a lot of this stuff to his game. I was really impressed taking a look at his film. Just really crafty, feel for the game. Again, uses these spin moves a lot, gets to his spot. Kind of herky-jerky game with a lot of using his balance, keeping his defender off balance. Kind of reminded me a little bit of the way Andre Miller, another guy I had in D.C. for a little bit, always used his body. He loved to play out of these pistol-type sets as well. Ends up getting kind of down to that mid-post, low-post area a lot. And of course, being able to finish is a big thing, and Fultz did a pretty good job of that in the preseason. Don't have to take these shots just because you're open. You're always able pretty much to use that driving lane, use that gap. Guys playing off you, get to the basket. That's got to be the key focus, obviously, for him offensively, besides the playmaking. And you see it again here. This was kind of another one of those Andre Miller-type clips that I was really impressed with. Again, the body control. You see how many times he kind of changes his speeds here. Stands up. Now pick up speed. Stand up again. Now pick up speed when his defender is past him. Great use of the spin. Great use of his hands. Look at this one right here. Tricks the defense maker into thinking he's taking that step back for the three as he puts the ball down like a lot of guys do to kind of walk into this corner three. But instead, knowing himself, does a great job here of putting it down, but then quickly crossing it over to his left hand. Help side comes over. Great job hanging in the air for the reverse finish. Got a lot of athleticism, a lot of talent there that's still there to be honed. You see him being picked up full court here, no problem, just takes it coast to coast, inside hand finish on the left side of the glass. That's the kind of pace I'm talking about. Even if you don't finish every time, just getting the ball up the court quickly. Coaches like to see this, getting your team into stuff. You see, again, the great body control. Really, really crafty player, crafty finisher. Next is the playmaking aspect. Like I said, just make plays for your teammates. Doesn't have to be a super complicated play here. They run a wide pin down. Christian Wood makes a mistake of dropping way too far off the shooting Bamba. Fultz reads it perfectly, finds him for a three. Nice, easy, simple, gets you an assist, gets your team points more importantly. This is a Steve Clifford favorite set. Fultz does a great job here. I'll run it back again of just reading the play, reading the action, keeping it simple. Kennard is trying so hard to ice it, keep him on the sideline. Fultz ends up rejecting it, bringing it back to the middle, engages the big, engages Christian Wood in the defense, rises up like he's going to take that little 7-8 footer right there. And now since Fultz is committed to the ball and Kennard's kind of in between, he sees he has Bamba behind the defense, lost the lob pass over the top for a really easy layup. High-level feel, high-level IQ. See this pistol set, like I said again, is going to be a big staple for him. The step up with the guard. Ends up getting him a switch onto Kennard, the weaker defender. Now he's going at the big on the step up. You see him engage Wood again. And look at this great floor vision, great body control again. These herky-jerky movements, inside-out dribble, pop back, sees he's got a weak side cutter, sees Detroit is trying to zone up on the weak side, but they don't see this man cutting right behind them. Fultz does, though. Great job hanging in the air to find that layup. That's pace, that's playmaking, that's a big part of him being successful as a player. So a lot of these type passes, too, where if you had a little better big man playing with him, these are probably a finish. Great job, again, engaging Embiid in the pick and roll, inside-out dribble, making the quick little scoop, underhand pass for a floater. Pretty easy shot for most guys in the league. Here's another pretty easy one, created out of the pick and roll. Again, you see, does a really good job. This is what made him the #1 overall pick, his ability to really change his speeds, read the floor like a real point guard. You see him kind of stand up, slow down here, and then we're going to go. Left hand, explode. Birch is behind the defense. Embiid steps up to stop the ball. Going to make that wraparound pass, which ends up giving Birch a wide open layup that he just happens to trick. Here we see good pace yet again. Great find. Keep your head up, make the simple read. Read how the defense is helping. You see Horford stopping the ball. That means if Simmons isn't going to come in and stop this other big, he's got a layup. Great job seeing that, delivering the simple, easy pass. Basketball is a real simple game if you play it the right way. Something looks like Orlando's trying to do a lot of also is get Fultz in the post. He's got a really good post game, feel for the game down there. Again, that's the Andre Miller comparison where I see that. Does a good job here holding off for the seal on the post up. Pretty bad pass, has to go and get it with his right hand. But you see the help defense coming over to trap in the post since they're fronting it. Fultz does a great job reading that, spinning back to the middle. So he's not trapped, not stuck there, and you can see the whole floor. Ends up seeing the wide open shooter. Perfect underhand pass right in his shot pocket. And then pressure. Ball pressure. Being active defensively, using that wingspan, using that quickness. This might look like a gamble to you, but actually it's a really smart high IQ play. He ends up basically picking up the ball in this transition opportunity, but sees that Frazier sees Wood sneaking behind him, and Frazier's going to try to make that behind the back pass to Wood, hoping he'll lead him right here for this kind of freeway layup. Instead, Fultz recognizes that, though, is able to stop on a dime, get that steal, go behind the back himself, little bump, absorb the contact, and finish. That's the explosion that we need to see out of him more often. I showed this play on Twitter, but I'll walk you through it one more time here. This was a high IQ, really complete defensive possession. His man passes and cuts, jump to the ball, take away the face cut right in front of him, make him cut away from him. Hand up in the passing lane, take away that late pass. Man cuts through, now he's lagging. His job is to see the ball, even though his man cut through and is in the opposite corner. Ball's over here. Ball, you, man. Great job staying on the help line because as he attacks in this pick and roll and beats him, now Fultz is here to trap the box perfectly. Otherwise, he would have had a layup. Great job being in the right help position. Pass goes out. Gordon has to rotate. Now Fultz flies to the corner. Look at him get there. Perfect. Sees Gordon fly by the shooter. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put one more effort into this. I'm going to run at this shooter too so he doesn't think he has an easy, wide open look. Great multiple efforts defensively. Don't care about the lucky tip going in. Big time multiple effort defender. The other thing that really sticks out with him defensively is technique, his ability to get really skinny at the point of screens right here. Being screened is a choice. You see Fultz really get skinny, avoid the screen, fight over it, fight right back to Rose, end up having a hand right in his shot, pull in on the pick and roll, help off the non-shooting Rose. Great, complete defensive possession again. Showed this one on Twitter as well. Great job here, anticipating the back door, having his hand in the passing lane, getting a steal, and then look at this playmaking. Pace, playmaking, pressure, all three of those in that one clip. High-level read, high-level IQ. You see here, off the point guard basically just trying to run the play. Fultz does a great job just reading that, seeing he's already picked up his dribble to make the pass. Easy money on the steal. Unselfish basketball. Again, this is getting thin on the screen, refusing to be screened. Moment of contact right here. A lot of guys just run right into the screen. Instead, Fultz is going to jump up into the ball, refuse to be screened. Great ball pressure. Jump up into the ball again, refuse to be screened again. Steve Clifford's a defensive coach at heart. He's going to love this stuff. A really high-impact defender. Really active. You see him again. Get thin at the point of the screen. Refuse to be screened. Keep pursuing. Finish the play with a big, high IQ block. Can be a really impactful defender. Is it too soon to give up on Markelle Fultz? You bet. Look at a guy like Shaun Livingston, who had an early injury in his career. A lot of people thought he was done 10 years ago. Found his second act, was a multiple champion with the Golden State Warriors. D'Angelo Russell, top pick, was given up on by the Lakers, went to Brooklyn, became an all-star, got a max contract in Golden State. Look at two guys on his own team, B.J. Augustine, Michael Carter-Williams. Both were top picks. Both ended up finding ways to reinvent themselves, have really long NBA careers. Markelle Fultz is 21 years old. It's way too late to give up on him. He has his whole career ahead of him. My advice for Markelle Fultz, don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about the true shooting percentage. Don't worry about the efficiency. Play basketball. Be a star in your role off the bench for now. Be the best backup point guard you can be. Play with pace. Play with pressure. Make plays for your teammates. And you'll figure out the rest as you go on in your career. Plenty of time left for Markelle Fultz. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumb up button. If you really enjoyed it, patreon.com/ScoutWithBryan. You can get 5 bonus videos right away. Whole bunch more extras. Podcasts, Scout with Bryan podcast. Scout with Bryan on Twitter. Check it all out. Appreciate you watching.